What's up, everyone? This is Ronnie. Gonna come to you today with a quick video. Not feeling good at all. Come down with the flu the last few days. I'm really sorry I haven't made any videos, but I just wanted to touch on this a little bit because I think there's just some things that maybe are not being said about lately. I guess a lot of the eBay sellers have been getting suspended for selling Nike stuff. But it's a lot of other companies you do also have to be worried about for selling certain items, and a lot of it is just understanding. I think what you're selling for, say, a little bit better. Selling from Marshalls, TJ Maxx, outlet stores, secondary. They're all secondary stores technically. A lot of these companies get their stuff in bulk, wholesale. And even though you're buying this stuff from Marshalls, TJ Maxx, a regular store, a lot of the stuff that I've seen fakes there before in the past. I know, you know, others have too. Lauren, Hot, what's her name? Oh man, I messed up on some medication today. But has said she's seen some fakes too. I mean, what happens is people will buy stuff, return it, change tags, and these stores are very lenient return policies. I know because I have friends that work there. Still to this day, people use something for the season and then return it and make a big stink about it, and it's just crazy. But a lot of this stuff gets passed down. A lot of this stuff changes hands multiple times. Shoes will get scuffs. A lot of time the shoes too are irregular. They're factory seconds. They're not, they were passed off and not to sell in the stores because they had either glue or, scuff marks or so on and so forth. They don't have boxes. A lot of this stuff should not be sold. A lot of just stuff is being sold wrong. It's being sold as new with box or new without box and gone that way. I've seen people really cheat the system and put them in other boxes and then like, "Oh, we're sorry, we sent you the wrong box." eBay has been kicking off people for a while. Using stock photos is another thing that'll get you in trouble with almost any brand. A lot of brands don't watch it unless you have permission. You're not supposed to be using other brands' stock photos or even descriptions for that matter. Sorry. I've ran into problems trying to sell Arc'teryx before. Like 4 or 5 years ago, we got some stuff from a liquidation company. A lot of it was Macy's returns. Some of it was from a higher end store. I don't remember exactly, but some a few pieces were Arc'teryx, and we listed our Arc'teryx piece, and we had it actually pulled down due to it actually we could not sell it because it was actually a current thing on their website. It was currently in stock, and they would not allow us to sell it. And they went through like this whole thing with receipts and stuff like that. It's funny because it sat in our inventory. It sat unlisted for maybe 2 years. I wind up going to their website, couldn't find that specific jacket, relisted it, and it took a little while to sell it. It sold, but I didn't get hit it the second time. It was really weird. Um, I've heard people having trouble with Under Armour, especially with current stuff. I wrote a list. I've also heard people with Adidas over the last like year, a few sellers having issues with Adidas. I think maybe due with the newer stuff. I don't know if it was because they didn't have the product in hand. I don't have all the information. I just know, people have talked to me in the past, and sometimes I forget. It's been a little while. We're talking, a few months back, several months back. You kind of forget. I get a lot of messages, a lot of emails every day, everything from Instagram to email to Facebook, and don't message me on eBay, people. That's bad. If you need to get out to be in touch with me, uh, easiest way is probably Hertz Motor Company um, at Gmail. But Ralph Lauren's been another company. I knew people that got in trouble for that. Um, they had a lot of new attack stuff. So I mean, it's just kind of understanding a lot of this stuff changes hands. Technically, an item, even though we're getting it from a store and it's new attacks from Marshalls, unless we're technically getting it from the manufacturer, we're supposed to sell it technically as new. I mean, as pre-owned, so on and etc. So it's definitely a great area. It's definitely an issue to be worried about, because eBay is not just because we all have a business, we sell on eBay, well, spend lots of money. eBay at a drop of a hat can just say, hey, this company does not want you, and they won't take receipts from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. That's not, they want to see like from the manufacturer. They don't want to see, they want to see you got that stuff from them like firsthand. They don't count TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and all those kind of stores. It's a double-edged sword because I can see it one way, the company's protecting its goods, and another way, it's maybe overprotecting themselves and they're singling out certain people. I don't know specifics of why certain buyers. I know in the past, I used to sell certain shoes we'd get, and I mean, I didn't consider it being reselling. I would just consider it making money. Certain shoes would come out the Nike outlet and we'd buy a bunch of them, 5, 10 pairs. It's only about an hour away from me. There's one Nike outlet. We used to go there. We used to get from Marshalls. Like I remember, I didn't really do too much, but Marshalls would get jerseys, and we sell the Mitchell and Ness jerseys and stuff like that. But I did see some fakes when that phase was real hot. Uh, and some other things, you come across there. But we do sell a lot of new attack stuff. We do sell from Marshalls a lot, so it does, give up a red flag. We got suspended last year for selling an NFL jersey that for 7 days that I got from. I couldn't remember if it was a Marshalls or TJ Maxx. We got it real cheap, and they would never tell us exactly why it got why we got it pulled, but we did get a listing issue for 7 days. I'm still able to sell, but I just couldn't list for 7 days. And the only thing I could figure out that this jersey was either a sample or if it was counterfeit. And because it had the UPC code and there was nothing in the UPC code, it was blank. The rest of the jersey looked really good, but that part looked odd. I actually gave it to a friend to wear for the Super Bowl because I couldn't figure it out. What was wrong with it, and I didn't want to risk. So just be careful out there. Understand what you're selling. Be more careful and try not to get caught up in this. But I know people, back in the 2000s when we used to do it, that people that did a lot more than me. I just did it a little bit here and there to make a little bit of extra money for a car payment or something like that. Because cost of living was when that housing boom went crazy in the 2000s. My rent went literally like flying through the roof. People were selling houses, flipping houses. I was moving from place to place because I'd be at a house for a year and then they'd, raise the rents or sell the house, and then I have to go to another house, and rent would be $300 more than it was the year before. It adds up over the course of a year. But going back to that, there was a lot of sellers back then getting suspended that I knew personally. There was a guy that I used to work with that used to buy literally huge loads, and that's when I got kind of into it, just on a smaller scale. I didn't have the money that they had. They're using credit cards that had. I think one had a $25,000 credit card. There's a lot of damage you can use buying with a credit card, reselling it, and then paying off that card. You're making 4 or 5 thousand. It didn't matter to somebody. And back then too, that was before eBay did the whole 1099 form. So a lot of that money you couldn't even. It was just extra play money basically. But you know, I'm gonna go on this because I'm not feeling good. I want to feel better. I don't want to be on here coughing away. But you know, hopefully we'll cells will be more protected. Just watch what you're doing a little bit more, and see you guys later. Have a good day.